With a game of this magnitude, how beneficial do you feel it's been to manage the minutes of the players the way you have done? And ultimately, potentially, how much of an advantage could that give you, particularly when you look at the injury issues facing Real Madrid as well?
We play 11 against 11 tomorrow. Of course, when you have everybody fit and we play in a lot of competitions, a lot of games, of course it's better to rotate, fresh legs, fresh mind. But tomorrow's another one. So different competitions comparing Premier League or FA Cup. So first leg for the 2 games and try to get a good result.
Hi Pep, you know how much of an impact the crowd here can have on Real Madrid when they play well. How important is it for your team to remain focused tomorrow and not get the emotions kind of get the better of them?
The emotions come when you play bad or the opponent is better. And after the emotions can be influenced. And so it's not the first time we are here. We came many times, and most of players know it and try to... This kind of competitions, that's so important. You never know what is going to happen, but for sure, definitely cannot happen good things if you are not who you are. It's impossible. You have to face the game, face the opponent in an incredible respect, but facing, looking his eyes, I said, okay, so this is who we are as a team, and you have to do it. Well, maybe you are lucky and go through, but the next one you will not be lucky. So you have to do who you are, and that is the only intention, that when you play in the bigger stages and being against the big teams, and knowing that, of course, we'll be in 180 minutes, moment for the both teams, and as much you control the bad moments or the good moments of them, will be better.
Hi Pep, you've got 2 sort of new players in your squad with Guehi and Semenya. They'll be playing their first Champions League game. Obviously a big occasion for them. How much of a difference have they made since they came in?
Always in life there is a first time. It's players like arrive this transfer window with 25, 26 years old. As quick they start to leave this kind of situation, better will be for the future for this club.
Pep, you came here last season in the playoff and Real were the better team. How different does it feel this season coming back with this group of players and expectations that you could get through to the quarterfinals?
Yeah, definitely we arrived better in terms of we have the squad. Last season we arrived a lot of fatigue with a few players available to compete in that moment, but when you play against that teams that they have an incredible experience for many reasons, I would tell you tomorrow, especially next Tuesday night after the game.
Elizabeth here from the BBC. Arbeloa told us in his press conference earlier on that when it comes to playing against you and Manchester City, we can always expect a surprise. You always have a surprise up your sleeve. So is there anything that we can expect tomorrow night?
A lot of surprises. It's the first time we play against Alvaro, so I don't know. So no, honestly, it's no surprises. So I think we know each other. He knows us. Of course, there are some adjustments we have to do for the quality they have, but no surprises.
Hi, Pep. For lots of teams that come here, there's a fear factor about coming to the Bernabeu with the fans, you know, the team, the players that they have. But you've been here so often. Has that fear factor worn off, do you think, for your players, that you're so used to it now that it's not a factor anymore?
Yeah, but it's the same. If we're not able to handle this situation when we play in Anfield or play in Old Trafford or Emirates, Stamford Bridge or Camp Nou, Bayern Munich, or there's no news. You have to leave that. Or PSG in that moment, that is the last champion. So it's try to distract. And there's a football game. Of course, honestly, it's better to be here than not be here. I prefer to be here than don't be here. I prefer to come into the stadium to play last 16. You know, because that means we are in the more or less the elite of the Europe. Like this club, I said many times, 12, 30 years ago, never was there. So as much you are here, as much you play that games, for me, myself, it's always a learning. For the new players that we have, always experience for the future. And of course, we want to go through. Of course, we are going to give everything to win the game tomorrow, to go through next Tuesday, because we want to continue. And this is the way you have to approach the game.
Hi, Pep. Hello. You just said no good things come unless you are who you are as a football team. How would you describe your football team, the identity of it?
Newcastle game define who we are.
Meaning?
Watch the game. Define the team like we want to be proactive to regain the ball. When we can attack quick for the quality they have, we have to do. Otherwise, drop the team. Don't make many mistakes like in this competition. Punish you a lot. Drop them and attack in consistency again and again and again. And when regain the ball, recover as quick as possible. Is I think what defined that team in the last 10 years and up and downs. You cannot be during 10 years all the time being perfect. And we restart with the new players 2, 3, 4 times since 1 decade. But the intensity, I think, defined a little bit what happened 4 days ago. That is what I think the